Hi, this is Adam Frank with Ellie and Pine, and today we're talking about what good looks like in Dexter cattle. So we just went to North Carolina and brought home 3 Dexter heifers and 1 big Dexter mama cow. And I knew they were pretty online from the pictures, but we're going to break it down a little bit more for you of why I selected these animals. First, I'm going to look at overall health. Are they standing under their own power? Are they walking with a normal gait? And then I'm going to look at their eyes. If they have a heavy parasite load, their eyeballs will be red. So I'm looking for alertness, but not necessarily like skittish animals. Specific to female cattle and female Dexters, I'm looking at how wide they are in the brisket and also how wide they are on the back end. And that's going to indicate how easy it's going to be for them to calve. Then the top line, I want to see a straight top line. Like this heifer here has a straight top line, straight rear end. The mama, she's got a little bit tilted up rear end, but that's okay. And then height. The American Dexter Cattle Association standard states you want them to be around 44 inches tall down to 38 inches. So anywhere in here, mama cow is a little taller than the standard, but that's okay because we're going to breed her down to be more of a mid-range. The ideal for breeding, as I understand it, is to create a mid-range cow according to the standards set by the breeding association. But all of these girls looked beautiful, and I chose to get all of them. You want your heifers and cows to be feminine. You want your bulls to be masculine. So these traits are being bred out of the commercial cattle because they want a more uniform animal to process for beef. But for our grass-fed, grass-finished beef, I want that that distinguishing characteristic between male and female cattle. Another thing we want to look for is hoof strike. So what is the cant of how the hoof strikes the ground? You don't want that angle too shallow and you don't want it too steep. You want it somewhat mid-range. And that's also indicative of good breeding. What we're trying to do is diversify our breeding stock because this is our seed stock, if you will. We're just starting out. A lot of our cattle that we already have is from Freedom Farm lines, which is a really big farm for Dexter cattle. And none of these girls have prominent Freedom Farm genetics in their pedigree. And you can see it in their faces, you can see it in their bodies. They're just built a little bit differently, but still in the same, within the standard. We're excited to breed for health, vigor, and all those traits that make Dexter cattle desirable, not only for us, but for many, many people.
Thanks for joining us on the farm today. Be sure to follow along as we continue to grow Ellie and Pine.